Slope-intercept form. Please pause the video and try these problems on your own and see if you can get the answers correct. Two lines having the same y-intercept are perpendicular. If the equation of one of these lines is y equals negative 2/3 x plus 5, what is the equation of the second line? So what's really important here is knowing that they have to have the same y-intercept. So if I'm writing y equals mx plus b, the same y-intercept, so we know this has to be the same, and we know they have to be perpendicular, so that means the opposite reciprocal, so opposite sign reciprocal. So that means the slope right here has to change. So let's rewrite this. We know it has to be perpendicular, so the negative 2/3 will become the opposite sign, which is going to be positive, and then flip it over 3/2. So this would be positive 3/2, and it has to have the same y-intercept. So that would be the equation of that new line, that second equation. If a line is parallel to y equals 4/5 x plus 6, will it be parallel to 4x plus 5y equals 30? Explain your reasoning. Well, parallel means same slope. So this has a slope of 4/5. Does this one? Well, it's written in another form. It's written in standard form. So let's go ahead and rewrite this so it's y equals mx plus b. And we can write that in slope-intercept form. Whoops, my bad. By doing this. Well, we know y equals mx plus b starts with y, so we're going to leave this guy here. We're going to bring the 4x over because the x needs to be on the other side of the equal sign. So if I leave 5y here and I bring the 4x over the equal sign, it changes the sign, and then I have plus 30. And then I need to clearly get rid of the 5 so that it's y by itself. When I do that, I must divide it out all the way through. So this cancels, and I get y is equal to negative 4/5 x. 30 divided by 5 is 6. So this would be the slope-intercept form of this standard form equation. Now let's compare the slopes. One is 4/5, so this one's 4/5, and this one's negative 4/5. So are they parallel? No. Not the same slope. Okay, last one. If a line is perpendicular to y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2, will it be perpendicular to 2x plus 3y equals 12? Okay, well, let's take a look. We have the slope here is negative 2/3. We want to find the slope of this one, so we need to write it in slope-intercept form. Doing this again. I'm sure we've done this before in our algebra class, but we're going to revisit this. So again, the y stays here because we want to write it as y equals mx plus b. So the y stays. The 2x goes over and changes sign. Leave the 12 there. We want to get y by itself, so we're going to divide out the 3 all the way through. And we get y is equal to negative 2/3 x. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So looking at the slopes, so it says if a line is perpendicular to this line, will it be perpendicular to this line? Yes, because we're talking about another line being perpendicular to this. So as long as these are the same, then the line they're talking about will be perpendicular to that. So that's a trick on words right there, but yes, it would be. Because the line is or has the same slope. So if another line is perpendicular to this one, then that other line we were talking about will be perpendicular to this one because these share the same slope. So that means the other line that they're talking about would have a slope of positive 3 over 2. Okay, one more thing we need to